familiar tongue twister, she sells seashells on the seashore, has made seashells a familiar object for many of us. Seashells have always held a fascination, and no holiday trip to the coast is complete without acquiring some shells.
இந்த மாதிரி சங்குகளான பொருட்கள் வந்து காலத்தால் அழியாது. மக்கள் தங்களோட வீடுகளில் அலங்கார பொருளாகவும் பெரிய பெரிய ஆளுகளுக்கு கிஃப்ட் பண்ணுறதுக்காகவும் வாங்கிட்டு போகிறாங்க. இந்த மாதிரி நிறைய கடலில் இருக்குது. இந்த மாதிரி பொருள் எடுத்து வியாபாரம் பார்த்துக்கிட்டு இருக்கோம். இதுதான் எங்களோட தொழில்.
Each shell is very different. I mean, they all are unique in themselves. Different people have different perception and different meaning for shells. For my granny, my grandmom, shell means, you know, they do the puja, and the sound which comes from the shell is again very having a lot of positive energy. Makes your, again, the sound which we can hear at the back. So that makes the home very pure. So that is something which is coming from our ancestors, and we all believe in that. Now coming to the beauty and the creativity part, all of us of course love it. The foreigners, the tourists who come here, they love that. They can use it in so many things like jewelries, the mirrors, and it is so much, it's all your creativity.
ये घर में बहुत शुभ माना जाता है. जब तक ये घर में शंख ना हो तो वो पूजा अधूरी है. विष्णु जी का रूप माना जाता है ये.
हम त्रिपुरा से इधर आता हूँ घूमने के लिए, और जो चीज़ मिलता है ये चीज़ बढ़िया चीज़ है, घर सजाने के लिए ले जाता हूँ.
ये हमने अपने भगवान विष्णु भगवान के लिए लिया. सोचे कि इतनी दूर आए, कम से कम भगवान का कोई सामान तो लेके चले.
Everybody has a different reason, but in the end, shells acquire a place in our memorabilia, either as a religious means to evoke God or as curios on our shelves. Many of us don't even relate with them as living creatures. Shells can be said to be the homes of molluscs, soft-bodied, symmetrical animals. The calcareous shell around their body is formed by a secretion in their body wall. In India, there are about 3,500 varieties of molluscs belonging to 290 families. India has a long coastline of over 7,500 kilometers, along with two major island groups. It has an abundance of marine diversity. Shells or molluscs are generally found in the shallow areas and in the coral reefs. They play a crucial role in the ecosystem as food and as seabed scavengers and burrowers, which helps in the nutrient cycling, thus helping in maintaining the ecological balance.
In a way, they keep the system clean. And they are in large number actually. You may not see them once you go into like a coral reef ecosystem where they are normally most associated, or along the coasts. So you will see these shells in large number which will be feeding on the surface of a rock or on an algae, or basically going over the sandy bottom and then eating whatever food is available over there.
Shells and dead coral washed out from the sea play a major role in the formation of beaches. This natural phenomena has also led to the practice of beachcombers collecting shells from the seashore. Molluscs are also an important source of food in the coastal region. But it is the shell or the home of the animal which holds much fascination. In Kanyakumari itself, a variety of handicrafts can be seen. Functioning as a cottage industry, colorful shells are crafted into mirrors, wall hangings, garlands, and curios. The industry provides employment to women and allows them to work from their homes.
இப்போ என் பேர் தங்கப்பாயி. நாங்கள் மாலை கொடுத்து இன்னொரு ஆளுக்கு மாலை கொண்டு ஜாமான் எல்லாம் கொண்டு போடும். நாங்கள் கட்டி கொடுப்போம். அந்த ஆள் நாங்கள் அஞ்சனம் ஒரு நாளைக்கு அஞ்சனம் கொடுப்போம். அந்த ஆள் பைசாயை விற்று கொண்டு பைசா தந்துடும்.
நான் வந்து இந்த தொழிலை ஒரு 20 வருஷமாக செய்துட்டு இருக்கிறேன். இதில் சங்கு வந்து எங்கன்னா ஆந்திராவில் காக்கிநாடாவில் வாங்கிட்டு வர்றேன். சுப்பி ஐட்டத்தை கடலூரில் வாங்குகிறேன். ரெண்டையும் கொண்டு இங்கே லோடாக எடுத்துகிட்டு வரேன். லாரியில் லோடாட்டு கொண்டு வர்றோம். கொண்டு வந்து இங்கே வீட்டில் ஆசிட்டு ப்ளீச்சிங் பவுடர்லாம் வச்சு கழுவி அதை வெயிலில் காய போட்டு, ரெண்டாவது இங்கே உள்ள லேடிஸ்களை வச்சு மாலையாட்டு அதை ரெடி பண்ணி குடோனில் ஸ்டாக் வைக்கிறேன். வச்சு அதுக்கு பிறகு வியாபாரிமார்கிட்ட கொடுக்குறேன். இன்னொன்று கன்னியாகுமரிலையும் சீசனுக்கு கொடுத்துக்கிடுறோம். வியாபாரி வந்து மதுரை பக்கம் கம்பம் தேனி போடியிலேருந்து வந்து இதை எடுத்துகிட்டு போய் வெளியில் சேல்ஸ் பண்ணி இது பண்ணுறாங்க. இதை நம்பி நாங்கள் பல குடும்பங்கள் வந்து வாழ்ந்துட்டு இருக்கிறோம்.
The cottage industry largely uses the smaller variety of shells, which are the bycatch from large-scale trawler fishing or collections by beachcombers. The shells are boiled to destroy the mollusk inside and cleaned with acid to highlight their natural radiance. All shells used are permissible under the Wildlife Protection Act 1972, and this cottage industry finds immense sale during the tourist season.
देखो अभी शीशल में अभी हम लोग को जो आइटम बनाता है ये किधर होली प्लेस में बिक्री होता है, टूरिस्ट प्लेस में बिक्री होता है अपना इंडिया के अंदर. पीछे ये क्राफ्ट वर्क अभी नया नया बनाते रहेगा. पुराना आइटम कोई ग्राहक लोग पसंद नहीं करेगा, इसके लिए वो नया नया डिज़ाइन बनाते रहेगा. तभी अपने भी काम चलेगा और कारीगरी भी काम मिलता है. किधर किधर फिशिंग होता है उधर सारा जगह पे शेल निकलता है, लेकिन हर जगह पे हर वैराइटीज़ अलग अलग वैराइटीज़ निकलता है. अभी साउथ इंडिया में देगा तो बहुत आइटम वैराइटीज़ आता है साउथ इंडिया में. अभी आपको तमिलनाडु में बोलेगा तो रामेश्वरम, किलकरे में, तिरुचेंदूर में, तूतुकुड़ी में, कडलूर, चेन्नई, कन्याकुमारी. अभी जिधर जास्ती मिलता है उधर से हम लोग लारी भर के लेके आता है.
However, in many cases, the large shell factories move away from being centers for simple handicrafts. In spite of all claims that shells are the bycatch of fishing or collections of beachcombers, the abundance of supply makes it look far bigger than the cottage industry. The factory smells of decay and thousands of molluscs are destroyed to create pretty artifacts. In the battle between livelihood and wanton killing, livelihood survives. In this world also survives the destructive world of illegal wildlife trade. The permissible is allowed to mix with the non-permissible to fetch a high price in the international market. The shops which line the banks of Kanyakumari sell many of the banned varieties of shells considered to be protected under the Wildlife Protection Act. The king shell or the hornet helmet is a shell listed as endangered under Schedule 1 of the Wildlife Protection Act 1972. It is commonly sighted on the stands in Kanyakumari. Harvested from the Gulf of Mannar, whole shells are sold as souvenirs. The giant clam is another highly endangered species found in the coral reefs of Andaman and Nicobar and the Lakshadweep Islands. Strict vigilance has stopped the open trade of this species, but an undercover operation can also lead to sighting the trade of this beautiful shell. Spider conches are beautiful, attractive shells, and even though banned, are freely sold in the shops of Kanyakumari. In most shell factories, one can often sight the cleaning and polishing of these shells. Trochus, with its pearl color, is another endangered shell in the illegal trade. But its quality and structure allows it to be used extensively in artifacts. It has a thick mother of pearl interior, which is popularly used in making jewelry. The shell is cut into various shapes and sizes, and its use often remains a well-guarded secret.
अच्छा, इसका बोलते हैं तो ट्रोकस सेल कहते हैं इसका। इसमें हम लोग कटिंग करेगा, कटिंग करने से इसमें आपको चिड़िया जैसा आप देखा ही है, ये 100 पीस आइटम बनाता है। ये नेचुरल संग भी बन सकता है, यहाँ ऊपर का काट देगा, ये संग बनेगा, 2 आइटम बन गया। फिर इसका 100 पीस भी रख सकता है, पेपर वेट, और ज्वेलरी आइटम से भी इसमें बनाएगा। इसमें 10-20 आइटम इसमें से निकलेगा।
The trapezium conch is openly sold, and one can often sight the cleaning and polishing of these shells in the open market. Most sellers themselves seem unaware that the shell is banned. The green turban shell, chambered nautilus, and many other which are identified as protected under the Wildlife Protection Act find a place in this invisible but illegal trade.
The ministry had in 2001 issued the circular putting 24 species of seashells in the schedules of the Wildlife Protection Act. Out of 24, 9 are in Schedule 1 of the Wildlife Protection Act, meaning thereby they were given the highest degree of protection to these 9 species of seashells. And remaining 15 are in the Schedule 4 of the Wildlife Protection Act. What we have realized, what most of the enforcement agencies in the states have realized, is that people are not really aware of the species of seashells which are permitted and which are banned. So all the photographs of all the banned species of seashells have been put in the airports and seaports so that people are aware that these are the items which are not permitted. And we have gradually realized that the number of seashells, I mean, this awareness campaign has been quite effective, because in many coastal states we have found that the number of shops which were selling seashells have come down drastically. And as and when the enforcement agencies or the wildlife officials catch these items which are not permitted, the action is taken as per law.
Along with protected species, there are a certain species of shells which today carry the threat of over-harvesting. The Sacred Shank or the divine conch is one such shell. The shank is a very popular shell and is part of many religious practices. A very heavily traded commodity in all religious sites like Somnath and Puri, its religious significance prevents the imposition of restriction.
हम लोग को धर्म में तो शंख को बहुत पवित्र माना जाता है और शादी में हम लोग को शंख का बाला भी पहनाया जाता है। तो ये पूजा के लिए हम एक बड़ा भी लिए 3000 में और ये छोटा दोनों लिए भगवान का आसन में आरती जब करते हैं पंडित जी तो इसका ज़रूरी होता है। हाथ में हम लोग को कंपलसरी है, जैसे सिंदूर कंपलसरी है वैसे ये शंख भी पहनना एकदम कंपलसरी है। इसके बिना हम लोग को मैरिज नहीं होगा।
ये शाखा कहा जाता है।
शाखा कहा जाता है, इस बाला को शाखा कहा जाता है।
ये इससे जो है परंपरा है कि इससे आवाज़ होती है, आवाज़ से जो है दूषित वातावरण निकलता है और इसकी ध्वनि से आदमी का ध्यान केंद्रित होता है।
In spite of recommendation by MPEDA, the Marine Product Export Development Authority, that small chanks should not be collected and that harvesting should be reduced by 30%, overharvesting continues to be a major problem. Traditions, customs and beliefs seem to combine all over India when it comes to the sacred shank. The sacred shank is perhaps one of the only variety of shells which is not a bycatch but is collected by specialized skin divers. The Gulf of Mannar area in Tamil Nadu, famous for its specialized fishing practices, has a community of fishermen who only dive for shanks. A well-established network ensures that the shanks are immediately sorted and transported to other states, with Kolkata being a major source of demand. Kolkata, a city whose bylanes and lanes reflect two worlds, the modern and the traditional. It is a continuous demand for shakha or shell bangles which attract a large supply of shanks to the city. Shops in Old Kolkata sell a variety of bangles and the reasons for wearing them vary from traditional myths to medical requirement to just simple patriarchal norms.
शुरू हुआ जो शंकर भगवान जो है, शंकर भगवान ने दुर्गा माई को शंखा चूड़ी पहनाया, उसी से शुरू है शंखा पहनना शुरू। ये क्या स्व का निशानी हो गया, शंखा जिसको पहना दिया वो जनानी उसी का है।
एक्चुअली माना औरत लोग का जो कैल्शियम का डेफिशिएंसी है, ये है एक्चुअल शंख है प्योर कैल्शियम, जो पहनने से जो पहनते हैं किसी किसी को, जैसे माने हम लोग का माता जी चाहे दादी जी कोई पहनता है तो देखिएगा पूरा प्लेन हो जाता है पहनते पहनते, वो क्या होता है सॉरी माने उसका जो बॉडी है एब्जॉर्ब करता है।
पहनने का मतलब उसका शादी हो गया और इसका साइंटिफिक जो कारण होता है वो बोलता है जो समुंदर के चीज़ होता ना, शरीर दिमाग ठंडा रहेगा।
The streets of Old Kolkata are lined with craftsmen engaged in the cleaning, cutting and polishing of the shanks. The bangle making process itself indicates a chain of specialized craftsmen who have been trained through generations in their craft. The raw shanks are first collected from the supplier. They are then cleaned through a laborious process to bring out its white radiance. Some shanks are polished and sold in their natural form. This also generates a new byproduct for the perfume industry, the cartilage.
ये इसका अंदर रहता है, इसका ढक्कन है। ये जब निकलता तो ये चलने शुरू करता। जी जब कोई पकड़ लेता तो ये बंद हो जाता तुरंत। ये जो निकलने के बाद ये साफ करके ये दो चीज़ में लगता है। एक होता अगरबत्ती में देता है इसका स्मेल निकलने के लिए, और एक होता मेडिसिन बनने के लिए। इसका दाम 2000-2500 एक केजी।
Then starts the intricate process of cutting the shank and carving the bangle. A traditional artwork, it has been gradually replaced by machines. Small rooms, congested workspaces, low pay symbolizes an industry which not only encourages superstition but also supports environmental destruction and inhumane labor situations. Many work for low pay and work because they know no other profession.
पहले हाथ में करना था, अभी मशीन निकल गया। पहले से अभी जो पैसा मिल रहा है, पहले का जब पैसा मिला हाथ में मशीन से कम था लेकिन अच्छा था। अभी जब मशीन निकल गया, प्रोडक्शन ज़्यादा हो गया कि पैसा ऐसा नहीं मिल रहा है हम लोग को। हम लोग का लेबर ही रह गया।
In these bangles, myths, traditions, sexism and environmental destruction survive.
So, a quick assessment, scientific assessment by recognized and competent agencies, scientific agencies in the country, done, and then based on the findings, probably there may be a need to restrict the exploitation from the sea, but completely banning will not be right, advisable for both the reasons. Number one, religious attachment, and then banning all of the species without really based on a good robust data has already created a lot of controversies in the past.
Thus, the shell story in India is complex. Environmental destruction and livelihood survive together. Both issues which need interventions, but no easy solutions are possible. Perhaps some solutions may lie in culture of shells, in sustainable harvesting, and in providing alternative livelihoods.
The one of the direct measure was bringing them some of these shells which are dwindling or have dwindled in the wild by protecting them under the Wildlife Protection Act, and these shells have been brought into the purview of the Wildlife Protection Act. So their collection or sale has been prohibited. The other is like creating national parks and sanctuaries. So protected areas create a system in which the entire ecosystem has been protected, like Gulf of Mannar, Gulf of Kutch. In Andamans we have got Marine National Park. And other thing is that looking into the breeding biology and all. So some of the commercially important shells, if we can breed them artificially, and then culture can be done.
The story of shells includes the shells which are endangered, the shell which adorns a curios, the shell which evokes the gods, the shells which keep our ecosystem clean. We need them all. But the dangers lie in over-harvesting, in moving the endangered species out of the protected lists, in buying of endangered shells as curios, in encouragement of myths and traditions. In some cases, the choice is in our hands. Maybe on your next visit to a coastal town, we don't touch an endangered shell. We don't wear a shell bangle to follow traditions. We don't blow the conch to invoke the gods. A balance between supply and demand may allow sustainable harvesting, thus allowing livelihood to survive, as well as allow the ecosystem to rejuvenate itself.